All right, my thesis is that Donald Trump has lost his mind and we're going around like the emperor still has clothes on. It's just too awkward and too uncomfortable for us to acknowledge that the president is a lunatic. So now, hold on. I'm going to show it to you, okay? So now there's one thing we thought we concluded last week at the end of this crazy roller coaster ride. Donald Trump goes and meets with Vladimir Putin in Helsinki. He does a mess of a press conference where he says it's the U.S. government's fault, not Russia's fault. And then he specifically asked, was Russia meddling in the election? He said, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be Russia, why it would be Russia, right? And people are like, what? You don't see any reason why it would be Russia? All of our intelligence agencies are saying it's Russia. Almost every single Republican, as well as Democrat, is saying it's Russia. There's no one in our intelligence community or in politics or in government that says that it wasn't Russia that was at least meddling in our election. Now, hold on. There's two parts of this that are really important to the investigation. One is, did Russia do something? Two is, did Trump collude with them? Now, it is perfectly possible to say that Trump did not collude with them, but that Russia was trying to meddle in the election anyway. And in fact, right now, the prosecutors and the intelligence agencies have not said that Trump has colluded with the Russians. So the special counsel is looking into that. So that's a separate matter. It's obviously connected to the overall investigation. But no one, including Donald Trump, is saying that Russia did not meddle. Why do I say that? Because after the press conference, he came out and said, oh, my bad, I misspoke. I didn't mean I don't see any reason why it would be Russia. He said, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be Russia. So he read that off of a sheet that was given him, and he couldn't help himself. And at the end, he said, oh, it could be anybody else too, right? But he clearly said, I don't see why it wouldn't be Russia. It's Russia that meddled in the election. Now, later, he was asked in the week, hey, do you think Russia's still actively interfering with us right now? And he said, no. Wait a minute, that seems like another contradiction, but that's okay. Sarah Huckabee Sanders came out and said, no means yes. He didn't mean no. That was apparently an answer to another question, even though he didn't get another question, he got that question. Anyway, but they switched it. They're like, no, he meant yes. Russia interfered in the 2016 election. They're interfering right now. So clear as day. So then Donald Trump tweets today. So President Obama knew about Russia before the election. Why didn't he do something about it? Why didn't he tell our campaign? Because it's all a big hoax. That's why, and he thought crooked Hillary was going to win. Now that's the third gigantic flip-flop. So now Russia did not interfere in the election? The whole thing was a hoax? Not just a collusion. Like, we shouldn't have had any investigation, even though 26 Russians have already been indicted, and we have one in custody, let alone the Americans that were indicted, and some of them who have already pled guilty and said, yes, I did it. I'm guilty. And now he says, after all this, no, it's all a big hoax. All of it's a big hoax. You know why he says that? Two reasons. One, because he obviously did it, and he's guilty, and he's trying to cover it up. And as I told you from day one, he's a bungler. He's a serial bungler, and there's no way that he's smart enough to be able to cover it up. So he does it in a ham-handed way, like, okay, maybe Russia did meddle. No, they didn't. It's a big hoax, right? You look like a jackass. So that's not a good cover-up. That's because he's incredibly stupid. But the second part of it, we keep going around as if the emperor has clothes on. The guy's lost his mind. He flip-flops nonstop. Okay, no, I didn't mean no, I meant yes. Russia definitely meddled in the election. No, they didn't. It's a big hoax. They didn't. The guy's a lunatic. He's obviously mentally unstable. Speaking of which, I mean, remember when he tweeted out famously, I'm a very stable genius. What kind of a lunatic screams that into the ether? Imagine if you're just sitting in a bar somewhere and some guy comes up to you and goes, hey, did you know I'm a very stable genius? What would you do? You'd get out right away because you think this guy's going to shoot people. This guy's a total lunatic. In that series of tweets, he also said, there are two things that I'm known for in my life that I'm really good at. One is being like a smart person, and the other one is that I am mentally stable. Who brags about the lowest bar in American history, being mentally stable? Again, if a guy comes up to you at a bar, or if you're a guy, a hot girl comes up to you at a bar, and you're like, oh, this is interesting, you're single, everything's great, and she comes up and she says, I'm known for two things. One is being like a smart person, and the other is that I am really mentally stable. What do? You get up, you leave, because she's lost her mind, you don't want any part of that, forget it, thank you, no thanks, not interested. That's our president. That's our president. I'm known for being mentally stable. Oh my God, the emperor has no clothes. The emperor has no clothes. Our president is a full-blown lunatic. Okay, last thing, poll out today. 88% of Republicans approve of Donald Trump. It's not just Donald Trump. A whole party in this country has lost its mind.